In June 2014, the atmosphere at London's prestigious Wembley Stadium felt more like a rock concert than a business conference. Laser shows, giant screens, and thousands of people holding their breath. When the woman stepped onto the stage, she wasn't just a businesswoman. She was the new icon of the modern world, wearing a red evening gown adorned with thousands of dollars worth of diamonds. With flawless makeup and unshakable confidence, Ruja Ignatova captivated the crowd with a single sentence. In 2 years, no one will talk about Bitcoin anymore. Ruja's story was marketed as a flawless success tale. Born in Bulgaria but raised in Germany, she had studied law at Oxford and worked for global consulting giants. She wasn't just a coder. She was sold as a genius rewriting the rules of the global economy. Her creation, OneCoin, was framed as the last chance for ordinary people to achieve financial freedom. She claimed to be opening the doors to complex algorithms and digital mining for the masses. At the time, the world of digital assets was new and confusing. Ruja turned this confusion into an opportunity, claiming she was simplifying technology for everyone. The events weren't limited to London. From the luxury hotels of Dubai to the casino districts of Macau, everywhere Ruja set foot felt like a festival. People listened to her every word as if it were a prophecy. In promotional videos, she showed massive data centers, non-stop servers, and digital mines. People were eager to pay thousands of dollars for educational packages just to join the system. Ruja's promise was clear. Those who join us today will be the billionaires of tomorrow. During this period, Ruja's private life was displayed as success porn. Parties on her multi-million-dollar yacht, intercontinental travel via private jets, and her face on the covers of world-famous magazines were the ultimate proof that the project was rock solid. No one thought an Oxford-educated doctor of law would take such a public risk. Her followers had already crowned her the Cryptoqueen. However, behind this glamorous world, there were small technical details that no one noticed. The money flowing into the system was growing exponentially, but whenever someone asked where that money went or which exchange the mined assets were traded on, Ruja would simply smile charismatically and say, "The time isn't right yet. We are preparing to shake the world." Ruja's face was on giant billboards in major cities. People were entrusting her with their pensions, the proceeds from their sold homes, and their children's college funds. At that moment, everything looked perfect. Numbers were rising on screens, and balances in digital wallets were fueling dreams. But by mid-2017, strange noises began to emerge from this perfect machine. When some investors tried to turn those massive numbers on their screens into cash, they found no one to talk to. The veil of mist was beginning to lift, but no one could yet predict how devastating the coming storm would be. By early 2017, the OneCoin empire still looked like an invincible fortress from the outside. Ruja Ignatova was smiling at the world from her balcony in Dubai, continuing her financial revolution speeches. But behind closed doors, whispers were rising among true tech experts. When a few cybersecurity specialists and blockchain enthusiasts took a deep dive into Ruja's system, they found a chilling reality. The complex algorithms and the legendary software, supposed to bring global giants to their knees, were actually just a simple database. There was no real mining process. Numbers on a website were simply being changed manually. This technical void was shattered by the first major leak. Bjorn Jerk, a developer, publicly announced that he had turned down a chief developer offer from the company because the system presented to him was an empty shell. The panic began. Investors rushed to withdraw their money. Ruja stepped onto the stage to manage the crisis, claiming, "We are doing a technical update. We will launch our own exchange soon," trying to buy time. Meanwhile, the FBI and European cybercrime units had already launched a secret investigation, putting Ruja's bank movements under a microscope. By October 2017, the circle was tightening. Even Ruja's closest associates noticed her becoming edgy. She began talking about imaginary enemies following her and doubled her security detail. In reality, this wasn't paranoia. It was the preparation for an elaborate escape strategy. Ruja had set up a complex network of cold wallets to make the billions of dollars vanishing from the system untraceable. Physical money was being moved into the dark recesses of the digital world. On the night of October 24th, she held one last meeting in her Sofia office, telling her employees, "I'll be back tomorrow with a big announcement," and left the building. But that tomorrow never came. On the morning of October 25th, Ruja Ignatova quietly headed to Sofia Airport. She had no security detail and no bags full of diamonds. Like an ordinary traveler, she boarded a Ryanair flight to Athens. Her name appeared on the manifest as Ruja, but she had simplified her appearance so much that no one realized she was the multi-billion-dollar queen. It is said she was the last person to get off the plane in Athens. She reportedly entered a black sedan waiting at the airport exit and, from that moment on, turned into a digital ghost. Her phones went dead, her bank accounts were frozen, but the money inside had already been transferred to other identities. When police raided the headquarters in Sofia, they found only empty computer towers and shredded documents. On the desk in Ruja's office sat a half-finished cup of coffee and a notebook. On the last page of the notebook, only one sentence was written: "You cannot buy time." Millions of investors worldwide woke up that morning to realize the numbers on their screens were worthless and their dreams had evaporated along with a woman's brilliantly orchestrated escape plan. But the most terrifying part wasn't just that Ruja took the money. It was how easily she bypassed every modern tracking system. From the moment Ruja Ignatova stepped off that plane in Athens, she became a ghost who deactivated every tracking mechanism of the modern world. This escape wasn't just about buying a ticket. It was the result of a massive operation planned for years. While airport security cameras captured her for the last time as an ordinary passenger, her digital footprints were already being erased. Cybercrime experts discovered that months before her disappearance, Ruja had funneled billions of dollars into untraceable crypto wallets through a network of shell companies. This money was broken into pieces across platforms where regulations couldn't reach and cleaned through systems called mixers. For the first few years after her escape, intelligence services worldwide hunted her. When the FBI added her to the 10 most wanted list, they placed a $250,000 bounty on her head. But finding Ruja was like finding a needle in an ocean. The theories that emerged were chilling. According to some secret witness statements, Ruja had visited a private clinic specializing in advanced plastic surgery. It was claimed she didn't just change her facial features but underwent skin grafts to erase her fingerprints and had surgery on her vocal cords. Now, she wasn't the woman shining in diamonds at Wembley. She was perhaps an ordinary-looking stranger passing you on a European street every day. In the early 2020s, leaked documents suggested that the power behind Ruja's escape wasn't just technology. Rumors claimed she was being protected by one of Europe's most powerful crime organizations. This organization allegedly provided her with an absolute security shield in exchange for managing her billions. Some reports stated she lived on a luxury yacht in the Mediterranean for a while, staying in international waters for months without ever setting foot on land. This yacht was said to be as well equipped as a warship, featuring frequency jammers that could block any incoming tracking signals. But the most painful part of the story is the people Ruja left behind. In a village in Uganda, a father who invested his life savings into Ruja's promise of financial freedom could no longer pay for his children's school. In England, a woman who lost her retirement fund lost her home. Ruja's system targeted not just the wealthy, but the most vulnerable. OneCoin victims still gather in online forums today, clinging to each other in the hope that they might one day get their money back. But the legal processes are so complex that tracing the money is nearly impossible. Ruja started by claiming to be the Robin Hood of the digital age, but she turned into the greatest cyber pirate in history. Today, the Ruja Ignatova case is taught in law schools and cybersecurity academies. She proved to the world how meaningless physical borders are in a digital world and how a person can quietly evaporate with billions of dollars. Some believe she is still alive, building a new empire on a remote island. Others believe she long ago fell victim to the dark labyrinth she created. But one thing is certain, Ruja Ignatova will not be remembered as the Cryptoqueen, but as the greatest and most mysterious fugitive in history. The massive void she left in the digital world will remind us of one question with every new technological advancement. Should we trust what we see, or the code behind that image. If you want to hear more dark and mysterious true crime stories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.